Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
My girlfriend went to visit her friends and party, turns out she was. Some backstory: I'm 33 years old and my girlfriend is 34 years old. We have had a somewhat rocky relationship, but in the times where we're happy, they were the best and happiest moments I've had with someone. She has depression and ADHD, which she is on medication for, and I have anxiety, which has been made worse by some aspects of this relationship, for which I am unmedicated. However, I do see a therapist. Last month she took a trip to visit friends in a city where she used to live, as there was a big event going on. She has mentioned that during her time living in this city with these friends that she drank recklessly and had some unnerving incidents while blacked out. She said she'd have a tendency to black out often, and this time period lasted about 10 years. When she moved back to our city, the blacking out was less of a problem, due to growing out of that phase and also being around her original group of friends that she grew up with who typically wouldn't party hard. So when she told me she was going back to visit them, I was slightly unnerved. There's also a guy she used to date there who I had a gut feeling about. Despite my reservations, she reassured me that she wasn't going to party like she used to and that she wouldn't be running into the guy. She followed through on going to visit them and went to the event, where she started drinking in the morning. I talked to her hours later in the afternoon after the event was over, and she said she and her friends were going to grab something to eat. When I talked to her here, she sounded coherent, not drunk or anything. I then talked to her when she left the restaurant, which was about 8 p.m. She said they were all going home. She was going to get cleaned up and call me. She never did. I tried calling her after 10 and her phone just went straight to voicemail. I didn't hear from her until the morning. She called me and said she was rushing to the airport because she had an early flight back but was running late. She called me about a half hour later saying she was back at her friend's house and that she missed her flight. She said that she got back to her friend's house last night and then just passed out because they were drinking all day, and that she had forgotten to set her alarm, so she woke up late. She located another flight and said she would be catching that one in the early afternoon. We have each other's passwords for everything, so at this point I already know that she lied to me. I found out that she lied to me about the first restaurant that she went to. She actually went to one of the restaurants that the guy owns. Then I found out that she never went back to her friend's house. She instead went to another restaurant that the guy owns to meet up with him. When she got home, I confronted her about it. She was sorry. She admitted to making out with the guy when she went to his second restaurant and admitted to going back to his place, but when she got in his bed she just passed out, with her clothes on, because she had been drinking since 9 a.m. She said when she woke up the guy mentioned to her not to worry, that they didn't have sex. She said she peed the bed. She pees the bed sometimes if she drinks too much. The guy actually brought her to the airport in the morning, so she was in his car when she called me to tell me that she was running late and that she loves me. She swears up and down that she's sorry and says that she blacked out when she got to the second restaurant and doesn't remember anything. She said that she thought it was going to be a calm weekend and that everyone had grown up and moved on from that kind of partying. She said that she wasn't in her right mind when she did these things. The thing is that when I talked to her the first time she sounded fine. She even sounded okay the second time I talked to her when she was on her way to the guy's second restaurant. She hadn't blacked out yet. She was still in control of herself and still made the decisions to see this guy. I brought up that she lied to me and said she was going home to her friends when she knew she was really going to see the guy. I asked if she was just trying to shut me up and she said yeah. Now I don't believe for 1 second that she didn't have sex with this guy. It's just not realistic to think that she could go home with him with the expectation that they were going to hook up, that she could make it into his bed, and just pass out. Also, I smelled her shorts that she was wearing to see if they smelled like pee and there was no scent at all, so this is a giveaway to me that she's lying. She maintains that she only made out with him. She sent me some long messages about how badly she messed up and how she truly wants me, but that's easy to say now. I told her that she clearly doesn't respect me or value our relationship, to which she vehemently denies. She states she is truly in love with me, she just made a mistake. I tend to think that she wanted to hook up with him the entire time, however she says that's not the case. I think she just didn't think she'd get caught. There is a small part of me that thinks maybe it's plausible though, because in the past she brought up how sometimes she blacks out and her brain shuts off, she makes decisions she never would have if she weren't blacked out. I have a couple of friends who have battled alcohol addiction and I ran the scenario by them. They said that they've experienced the blackouts where they become people who they aren't and absolutely have made decisions they never would. But who knows if that's the case here. Also, there's been a couple of times where we've gone out with friends and drank a little too much and ended up hooking up, but she doesn't remember in the morning. Besides these incidents, we really don't drink a lot or often. A glass of wine with dinner, but that's it. So my problem is that I know that she most likely had sex with this guy. I know that this was most likely her plan all along. But I can't bring myself to leave her. I feel weak. I want to think that it was just a slip up, but it's like she knew she could do it, and even if she got caught, it's like she knows I won't leave her. We've broken up a few times in the past, but it never lasts more than a day or two before one of us reaches out to the other. The times where we've broken up, the next day I spend with the worst anxiety and I truly feel like my world is crumbling and that I can't handle it. If I'm being honest, a huge reason that I stay is the sex. It is absolutely amazing and far above any sex I've had with anyone ever. I have a healthy amount of dating experience to compare it to. But also I don't think I'm going to find someone that I connect better with. I just don't think I'll find someone better. This comes at a time when both of our leases are up on our apartments and we're talking about moving in together. She still wants to and I'm hesitant, for obvious reasons. My therapist has said it sounds like this is a pattern of hers and that she likely won't change, at least without a lot of therapy, due to the length of time that it's been happening. He said it sounds like this is just who she is. And I suppose I sort of know this. But I still can't bring myself to leave her. I start thinking about packing all of my things at her place and telling her goodbye for good, but then I start to get that crushing feeling again, not knowing how I'm going to go on. We have a wedding to attend later in the month and vacation in August with another couple, and I don't want to let them down either as we've already paid into the vacation. Has anyone gone through this? Did you stay or leave? Regret your decision? Honestly, this is killing me. Here are some of the best comments from our community. 1.5 years into a relationship and she's already having sex with other men and lying about it. I wonder what else you don't know about her. I think your logical decision to leave her is the best one. Listen to that common sense voice in your head. She's lying and minimizing. If you're on this, or any other infidelity site, you've heard this crap before. Passed out with her clothes on, come on dude. Also, even if you want to get back together, what are the consequences? She's just gonna sweep this under the rug. You seem like you treat her with respect, and haven't sexually or emotionally abandoned her. It's like you did everything right and she just gets to cheat and walk away from it. Studies have shown that blacking out drinking mostly messes with your memories rather than making you a different person. It may lower your inhibition but won't make you do anything you don't want to do. So her excuses are just excuses. That's irrelevant though, since you were okay with your GF's actions. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.